You know, when people hate on others, just the sheer fact to hate on others, they used to be real good friends with that other person, but now they're hating on that person because they don't agree with that person because they got with some significant other or whatever the, the fucking point be. They just started hating you out of the sheer fact of hating you, saying you have some hidden agenda, saying you have some hidden motive, some bullshit, some bullshit, you know, leading the whole charge. Well, for one, I'm never going to be one of those people, and I've never been one of those people. So if you think that this ain't the channel for you, might as well unsubscribe, might as well say goodbye, because I don't care for people like that. In my eyes, people like that are one word: fake. Fake. You're going to come at me sideways, kind of trying to call me a moron or some bullshit like that? I'm going to call you out. Call you out for what you're being. Fake. It's called be real. Or be over there in that little crew and group of people that considers themselves fake. I ain't like that. Ain't fucking right. I wonder how many of these videos I have to do before it gets 10 fucking views, because that's really annoying. I'm not even get 10 views. 10 views. I used to get 30, 40 views in a day. I post something about Von Helton and I'll get fucking 100 views. But that's not the point. I don't want to be like that anymore, being a fucking dickhead, making fun of an old man that can't even fucking get up off his own ass. Yeah, I'm a part of the problem. Idiots that tell you that are the part of the problem. Yeah, I said it. I don't care if you're my friend and I'm calling you an idiot. Maybe you are being an idiot. That's pretty gross. Came from the inside of the vape. Hopefully I didn't touch the coil. But yeah, it's like you can't even have your difference of opinion anymore without people fucking attack. Sorry, I just woke up. I have gas after I was doing. Without people attacking you. Without people not liking what you have to say. You can't say nothing anymore without people fucking attacking you and being stupid and belligerent about something. Now, don't get me wrong. I may act belligerent sometimes about certain things, but there's usually a reason. Yeah, I said belligerent. That's the same meaning as acting stupid. You know, there's a lot of people on here that are just trying to suck up your subs, trying to befriend you just to steal everything you already took years to make. There's a lot of people out there like that. I'm really not going to name any names, but there's a shit ton of people out there like that. And those people are also fake. And it blows my mind that we live in a country where, you know, you're allowed the freedom to this and that. But once you actually try to allocate those freedoms, once you try to free those freedoms, somebody tells you those freedoms aren't free. That's bullshit. Sorry, my morning routine sucks anymore. People wonder why I don't do 20 fish videos a week anymore. There's the reason why. Because I got tired of fake ass motherfuckers that don't even come through to view them. Yeah, there you go. People wonder why I turned my whole channel off for not for kids. There's why. Because I don't think kids should be on the internet. That's always been my opinion, and it always will be. It ruins their minds that are still developing. Survival Shield X2. Mason iodine. First thing in the morning. Clears the throat out, really does. Probably tells me I have a iodine deficiency. Woo! But seriously, it's like you can't say nothing without offending somebody. You can't do nothing without offending somebody. You can't even breathe without offending somebody anymore. It's sad. It's pathetic is what it is. These mofos need to grow the hell up. Like yesterday. Like weeks ago. But what do I know? What's up, biggies? Long time no see, Mark. Oh my God, my shoulders. Stinking dog woke me up. Now she's sitting here laying in the middle of the floor. I think I've been up maybe 20 minutes. Who cares? I'm waiting for all this BS pandemic to be over so I can fucking go back out and do my business and go out and about my damn business and be my own goddamn person again. Ooh. God damn it. Blowing my nose like that always fucks with my ears. Leaves ringing. Time to do a sinus drain again. Get all the crud out of my sinuses, even though it's not even, winter or flu season. Or, I guess you could say it's flu season all the time now because we got a BS fake ass virus that everybody's so fucking afraid of they won't even leave their goddamn house. Not me. I'm not a goddamn sheep. And I'll say it again, I'm not a goddamn sheep. You damn well won't see me outside wearing a mask. You won't see me in a Walmart wearing a mask. You won't see me in a Target wearing a mask. You won't see me in a Best Buy wearing a mask. You won't see me in a Costco wearing a mask. You won't see me in a Whole Foods wearing a mask. will not see me in any store wearing a mask. And if you try to enforce me to wear a mask, I'm going to take my business elsewhere and I'm never going to go shop in your store ever again. Because this is America. This isn't a communist country. This is America. People need to remember that. And Ronald Reagan said it best, that communism would come through another form, and that other form would be called democratic socialism. And just like history, shit repeats itself. And I do believe that my grandfather fought against socialism, fascism, and Marxism when he was in World War II fighting on the beaches of Normandy for everybody's freedom. People forgot that. Karl Marx came almost 100 years before the First World War came and passed. He was born in like the 1840s or something like that. If you look it up, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm close enough. But the point is everything that's being implemented right now, everything, I mean everything, is Marxism, political Marxism. People don't see it. They're just so damn blind. I did videos about this at least 7 years ago. Close to. And still people were asleep. I don't understand it. I did videos about Hegelian dialect. I did videos about how the earth wasn't flat. I did videos about, what was that other one? Fucking crazy one. Mandela effect was fake. I did videos on all that shit. Nobody ever, hey, my boy Nick the Dick's already done videos on that. No, I'm just unintelligent, right? I didn't spend thousands upon thousands of hours in the library growing up. Yeah, I did. That's all I ever did. I was a fucking bookworm. I remember the first year of 9th grade, one of the first books I ever read was a yellowish orange book by the name of Police State. And it was talking about Colorado. It was talking about Utah. It was talking about Illinois. I wonder why it was talking about these 3 states. Go figure. They're all 3. The first states were police states were actually implemented. Did you know in Texas, they still technically police part of their own community? The rural areas. There's parts of Texas that don't even have roads still. Just like parts of Arizona. There's parts of Arizona that don't even have roads still. And you got people bitching about what bathroom to use. The real issue is, fix the roads. Do something about the damn states, state by state. But do they ever listen to the people? And you know what? That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be listened to. You're supposed to be heard. Those motherfuckers in government and Congress work for you, not the other way around. You don't work for them. They work for you. They're supposed to hear your voice. But sadly, the last 40 years, we've had nothing but a Democratic seat in Congress, and your voice won't ever be heard if you're a fucking conservative or a Republican or even a centrist. But what do I know? You're not allowed to have a difference of opinion because it doesn't align with the herd. It doesn't align with the hive mentality. You're not allowed to think differently than these people because, you might offend somebody. Yeah, they haven't built no new roads since World War II. That was the point I was actually making. You caught it. Most people won't even catch that point. That's a long time. That's almost 70 years. Probably actually is. Yeah, it's close to 70 years. Probably 75. Somewhere in there. But the point is, you can't voice your opinion. I thought this was America. I thought we had the First Amendment and the right to do with such as we please. If these mofos can sit out there in the street and light flags on fire on Independence Day, then I believe we're allowed and entitled to go out and do what we please, because they've already destroyed the precipice of everything that our country stands for. I mean, they're destroying history, and then people were acting like history doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Tearing down statues, tearing down people's grave markers, tearing down memorials. The fuck is wrong with this generation? I was never that disrespectful. Don't get me wrong. I went out and tagged shit up when I was a kid, but I was never that damn disrespectful. Think about all the people that died building half these monuments, died building half these roads. Yeah. Better yet, think about all the people that died building the Boulder Dam. Hundreds. That wasn't built in a day either. Then it got changed from the Boulder Dam to the Hoover Dam. Yeah, history will be gone too. These kids in 30, 40 years, they won't even remember what history is because it'll be erased. But I'm the bad guy, right? Because I'm out there informing people and making sure people stay informed. Whether that be sharing InfoWars, whether that be sharing some other person's link that I ideologically agree with. See, that's the difference. Once your ideals change from their ideals, your ideals no longer line up to their stupid agenda, so you can no longer be friends. You see how asinine that is? See how fucking stupid that is? It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. It's absurd. That'd be like telling Terrence I couldn't be friends with him when I was 6 years old just because of his skin color. That's asinine. And I never once told Terrence that. He was one of my good friends. I don't know where he's at in this world today, but I don't even know if he's just still alive today. He could have became another one of those statistics, but who fucking knows? But the point is, if I was to tell someone like that they couldn't be my friend just because of their skin color, you realize how fucking stupid and racist that is, right? Stupid. Or tell someone they can't speak up about something because they're white. You realize how stupid you sound, right? And that's not directed at anybody. I was just stating in general. Yeah, what happened to the days of dialogue? I agree 100%. I think that all parts of history should be kept, even the parts that people don't agree with, the bigoted parts, because that teaches people a lesson about the past, never to go back there. Wow! Mind blown! Those who don't learn from history are damned and doomed to repeat it. That's surprising to me, Biggies, that she said nothing about her childhood growing up. I didn't have an easy childhood. I could tell you all kinds of things, but then you look at me differently. So I keep those things up here where people can't look at me differently. The only person who can look at me differently is me. My grandfather was born in 1929. His brother was supposedly born in 1921, and he died before he even knew him. And all throughout his life, he didn't even know he had a brother because nobody told him. See how that works? His brother died, though. Sudden infant death. Seizures. So it's on both sides of my family that people have seizures. Kind of dope. Is what it is. Can't stop that shit. It's genetics. I need to blow my nose. This little SHIT whined and whined and whined until somebody woke up and let her out, aka me. Whew. Oh, stop it. Hey, hey. Go. Stop whining. Ugh. Yeah, we're all human. We all share the same organs. If you cut us, we all bleed the same color. Unless you know you don't bleed, then there's a problem there. There's a big problem there if you don't bleed. I don't even know if that's an issue in this world yet. I just made a joke, I guess. My eyes are goobering up. That tank behind me doesn't go on till 1 o'clock. It's about 12 here. And somebody delayed me from getting done what I need done. It's cancel culture. Anything they don't agree with gets canceled. You know who else did that? When he implemented somebody else's ideals that he learned in prison? Hitler. Yeah, Hitler did that. When he got trained on Marxism, Mao did that. And he killed almost, I believe it was 100,000 of his people within the first week. Stalin did that. And he starved out his own people. Mussolini even did that. And I didn't even read that out of the side chat. I already knew that from watching InfoWars. Don't make me get crazy like Alex Jones. See, but these kids nowadays, they aren't learning this history because the school systems have been completely taken over by the left. Taken over. You once learned about books like Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer. Now they're just another name that you can't talk about or even read about in a literature class. And who did it before the Egyptians? Let's go back here since somebody brought that up in the chat. Who did it before the Egyptians? Let's see if anybody's got the answer. They were called Athenians. Athenians. You know, they were from Greece. A little country that, you know, people act like never existed. A little country we also based the precipice of all our supposed, you know, it's not supposed to be a democracy. It's supposed to be a constitutionalist republic, but they don't teach you that in school anymore either. And, you know, they crossed the ocean and brought democracy to other places. Remember this. And just like Athenia, it's no longer. Democracy failed. Just like, you know, a lot of people think this city or whatever you want to call it was fake, but there's proof of it that land slid into the ocean, Atlantis. You know what submersion is, right? Submersion is when two pieces of land go like this and they go and they force that other piece of land under. And then eventually what happens is it goes down like this and it creates a landslide. And all that land goes poof. So about 50,000 years ago, there was people on that other side. But no, I mean, history hasn't taught me shit, right? History hasn't taught me a damn thing. I'm a history major for all those people out there who have ever questioned me, where I get my shit from. I get it from books. I get it from certain web pages. But, you know, just like them, democracy will rise and fall in America. And hopefully the constitutionalist republic survives out of that. But I really doubt it. And I'm an American constitutionalist to the fullest. You should know that about me. But I really doubt that an economy can survive an onslaught like what we're facing right now. You realize how much debt we're going to be in, right? I hope people realize that. I mean, I'm not even good at math, and I can realize how much debt we're going to be in as a country, as a whole. Do you realize that if everybody's credit score went back to 527, what it probably started out at the beginning of this year, that everybody would be just fine because it would bounce back, because the economy wouldn't be struggling to bounce back, because everybody would have the same fucking credit. But there we go. I'm an idiot again because, you know, I think about things twice as much as other people do. You know, I've had many people throughout my life tell me that I wouldn't succeed at something, tell me that I was too stupid, tell me that I was too ignorant, or some bullshit like that. But the reality is, those same people that told me all that bullshit are doing the same shit they were doing 10 years ago. 10 years ago. trying to remember this name of this tribe that came before the Maya and came before the Inca, but they were like, I think it was the Chutali, or I could be saying it wrong. I'm not real good at pronouncing south of the border Native American names, but they basically where the Maya and the Inca got all their human sacrifice from was this same tribe that starts with a C that I can't pronounce. And where they got all their designs for temples, same tribe. But what's funny is they also base their tribes off of other tribes like Teotihuacan. And now that one I can pronounce because I remember that one. And there was another tribe to the east that I can't remember. There's too many tribalisms down there, and it just makes my brain a jumble. I can't do it right now. It's too much for my brain. But basically, where all that came from, where all these people, they migrated after they were getting persecuted by the Maya, the Inca, and all these other tribes, and they made their own tribes. A lot of the tribes came from other tribes. And I think that a lot of the people didn't come from Asia like everybody's thinking. They came from, now get me on this, I think they came from South America, a lot of them. And, that may be based off of a book that nobody has read, but if you look at it, pineapples only grew in one place in the world at one time and point. Pineapples, yes, we're going to fruit. Pineapples only grew in South America at one time and point. Now they grow in Hawaii. Ellie, you just knocked over my fucking guitar. But my point is they floated through the ocean and made it to another island. That kind of proves that people came from south of the border instead of Asia. To me, that does, anyways. And the book, by the way, is called Kon-Tiki. They also made a movie about it. It's a true story where these guys sailed across the ocean on a balsa wood raft. But, they try to disprove his theory too, because they, just like anything else they don't agree with, it doesn't meet up to their agenda. They don't agree with it, so it's not real. It must not be real. It must be fake. Okay. You do realize that things could happen thousands upon trillions upon million, thousands upon millions upon trillions of years before our time, and there would be no evidence of it because it's gone. But yet people still call things from that generation fake because it's gone. Those same people that I was just talking about, same tribe, when the Inca came to attack, they were stealing their bodies, the bodies of their dead kings, the bodies of their dead ancestors. And the reason they were doing this is because they thought that inside the bodies that they had some sort of power. And more than just that one culture did this, by the way. The Mongolians did this. The Romans did this. A lot of people did this throughout time. The desecration of a nation would be the destruction, and nobody knew about their past. The greatest way to get people as mind slaves is to erase their history so they don't know where they came from. And in 2018, they found a whole cave filled with bodies skulls, whole pieces of their body, you know, their rib cage, their mandibles, everything, laying in this cage. About 700,000 people. That lets you know that their bones didn't get taken from their tribe. You know, everybody's talking about a coin shortage, this and that. There ain't no coin shortage going on. I can tell you what it is. They're trying to make it a cashless society. Cashless society so then they can control it even more. I could jump all over the place all day long. I mean, I could even tell you about what I know about the First Mormon National Bank. It only lasted 1 year, I think it was, something like that. And then it went bankrupt because they tried to base it off of, what was it, real estate. They didn't have any financial backing until like 4 or 5 years later. And then they reopened it. And by that time, the federal banking system was already in place, I believe, or some form of the federal banking system. Some form, not the full-on federal banking system. The Fed wasn't invented until 1910. We all know that. And then furthermore, it was furtherly progressed with 1919. And we'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to get into conspiracy right now, even though everybody likes it when I do. But yeah, in 1910 is when everybody technically lost all their valuables. That's conspiracy, though. We won't get into. We'll save that for another time. All those videos were erased off YouTube. You wonder why? Because people are getting too close to the truth. People got too close to the truth, and other people didn't like that, and they didn't agree with that, so they had to shut them down. Sounds familiar, right? It's because it is. And the same thing's happening in this day and age. Did you know that this isn't the first time that the Chi Com government has actually tried to take control of America? They tried it the first time in the 1800s, right after the Civil War. Yeah. They started with California, too. But I'm a fucking idiot, right? Just like they were trying to build, if we want to go even further back, they were trying to build a Great Wall in China over the Bering Sea stretch. They were. Literally, look it up. There's pieces of a Great Wall in California, and people were wondering, where'd this wall come from? Oh, fuck. It makes me laugh how much people try to erase history, but it's right there in front of you for you to just discover. Just like I think somebody recently said this on Pawn Stars, and I'd like to correct them. They said that Folsom, I think they said that Folsom Prison was the first prison. It wasn't. San Quentin was the first prison in California, right? And if we want to get even more technical, the real first prison in California was Alcatraz. because Alcatraz was a prison in 1847 or 18. I might have it off by 10 years. 1857. No, I think I was right. It doesn't matter. But the point I'm making is that they don't even quote history correctly on the History Channel. Hello? That's because it's owned by the damn leftist media. The greatest way to rewrite history is to change it. The greatest way to change history is to alter it. The greatest way to alter history is to have control of it. A lot of people don't know this. Irish people were slaves inside of America too. So were French people when they first came here. Yeah. So were Spaniards. So were Portuguese. People act like it was just black people. It wasn't. It was all people. $1600s was a different time. That's why. Just like the 1950s was a different time when John Wayne said all that stuff that people don't agree with now. And what we need to do instead of erasing all our history and erasing people because we don't agree with them is we need to learn some freaking common ground and try to learn from them. Because if we go around erasing all this history, we won't ever know our real history because we erased it all. But again, I digress. I don't know nothing on the subject. I'm just speaking on something that I feel very strongly about. That was me being sarcastic, by the way. I could give a fuck less about your skin color. That doesn't define who you are to me. Your actions define who you are. How you present yourself defines who you are. How you come off to other people defines who you are. That's why if I ever sell fish or sell shrimp or sell anything, I'm not going to be that guy that sells it to you for twice the price that I paid for it. That's some bullshit. There are a lot of people out there right now that are doing that exact thing that I just mentioned. And I'm sorry, I'm too broke to be I'm not broke. I have $5,000 in the bank, but the point is I'm too broke to be shoveling out money to people that just want to make a buck off of another man's back. I mean, I can find my shit elsewhere is what I'm meaning. And I have a friend down in California that'll send me the same shrimp that I wanted from somebody else for half the price. And yeah, now maybe I'd be going around somebody to get something. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not going to be paying $20 for one shrimp. I'm sorry. Not happening. I'm not that stupid. Nor was I born yesterday. I don't care if you paid $10 a piece for them. It's the point. Don't be robbing people. And that's how I feel. And, you might not agree with me. You might see this as, attack at people. It's not. It's just straight out. I can't pay certain prices. I can't pay fish store prices. If I'm going to buy something, I need to be able to get it at cost or I won't be able to get it at all. And that's just how it is. I'm starting 2 businesses. Why would I go out of my way and spend $200 on literally 25 shrimp? There's always been oppression in Puerto Rico. Always. Just like there's always been oppression in Cuba, and there probably always will be. Did you know in the Dominican Republic? Now, don't get me wrong, or don't hear me wrong when I say this either. People are actually, they look at the darker skinned people as less of people because they're not brown. They call them darkies. I'm not even joking on this. And a lot of systematic racism that goes on just like it goes on here goes on there. And people judge people based off of the darkness of their skin, basically based off of whether they're Dominican or Haitian. And that is very stupid and ignorant. But I just thought I'd explain that because it ties into what I've already talked about. Yeah, I've been there. I've seen how it is. Trust me, you don't have to tell me. I've seen little kids playing in pools right next to the pool where they just took a dump. Literally. And in America, we're too busy worried about what bathroom to go in. Out there, they might not even have a bathroom. They might not even have a damn sewer drain that goes to the damn street to move the damn freaking poop from their house to the septic. They might not even have that because their sewer drains are literally like this. And it gets clogged all the time. All the time. I still got buddies that live down there. But you know what? They don't complain about life. Hell, if we lived in the Dominican, everything would be illegal because, you know, they have gambling for their baseball games. Yeah, they actually gamble at the baseball games. The adult ones, the kid ones, all of them. Albert Pujols. I might be even saying his name wrong. Has a baseball field right down there in Hato de Aki that he learned from. He started in that little baseball field. And guess what? I helped rebuild that baseball field, part of it. Yeah. I know a lot about some things, but I know I don't know everything. Damn squirrels. Inquisitively saying, I'm not all knowing. I just know a lot about some things, little things. Just like I don't know everything about fish. So when people come at me and act like I do, they're being just as ignorant as the next person. I know some things. I know enough to know. Just like I know enough to keep a saltwater fish tank or 2 or 3 going. And I am. And I have for years. Going on 7 years, I think. Almost 7 years, 6 years. But before that, I realized this the other day. I've been keeping fish since I was 10 years old. 10 years old. Whew, that's a long time. That is fucked up. That's about as bad as the land that I'll never see because, is taken by relatives that then somehow mysteriously misplaced my great grandma's will, which everybody was entitled to 3.5 square acres of land. But that's how the cookie crumbles. People are greedy when people die. I'm not sure where that is. Mayport Naval Base. So I have to look that up. Need to put some coconut oil in my hair. The only thing that keeps my hair tamed is the same products that all those people use. It's in a certain part of the aisle. I guess they would consider all those products just being for a certain ethnicity, but they're really not. They're for people with curly hair. Hair that froze like mine. I've done a lot of research on my own family, and it's kind of funny when you find things that you never knew before, and like some things I knew, some things I didn't know. I'm related to a lot of pirates, though. That's one thing I do know, and they're not all just white. A lot of them were Spaniards. Must have been why Spanish was so easy for me to learn. I mean, I know enough to get by and have a little conversation, but I don't know the full dialect to the fullest. I guess I should start using Babbel. I figured Saturday morning, what a better time to go out and do a fish video or just a video in general, I don't do these enough anymore. I should probably start, but soon enough, I'm going to buy a new computer so that I have a camera and a PC to use downstairs. It's probably going to be a Mac, just so I can do editing and other stuff on it. Use a little bit of my my loan for it. I mean, that's what it's kind of there for, right? To buy stuff for my business, and that would help me with my business, a new computer, because this one's old and it has limited amount of memory, and I've had it almost 10 years now. At least. Or half of that. I think I got it in like 2013. I can't remember. It's been so damn long. But yeah. It'll be the second Mac I've ever... Actually, it'll be the third Mac I've ever owned in my whole life, because we owned one of the original Macs when I was a kid. I guess my parents did, so technically it'll be the second one I've ever owned. But not that I really like Mac, but sometimes you need certain computers to do certain things. And that is one of those circumstances where I need a certain computer to do a certain thing so that I can get stuff done. And I need to shave my mutton chops again. Just looking at that in the camera shows how much I actually look at myself. I have the back door open and she's sitting in here on the ground. That's the one thing. It's too hot out there. By the way, can't tell I've lost a bunch of weight. Stop drinking soda. That's part of it. Started taking Brain Force, Bodies, BioTrue Selenium. Yeah, these are all products off of InfoWars, if you're wondering. And no, I'm not doing a plug for InfoWars. I'm just telling you things that I'm taking. And iodine, Survival Shield X2. Waiting on Lung Cleanse and all that to go back on their list and a couple other things. But that's just because I know these products that I've been taking work, because I've been taking 3 of them for the last 3.5 weeks. And I've noticed a absolutely complete tremendous change. Like, notice things that I never noticed before. Like, in the morning now I have worse sinus problems than before, but I think that's going to soon pass, because I heard it only lasts like that for like 2 weeks from a video the other day I watched of him, promoting his products. But basically, yeah, it works, because I haven't had as bad of a cough. I haven't had. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have a bit of a cough, but smoker's cough doesn't really go away. Just saying. And I take 3 squirts of this a day. You're really only supposed to take 2, but a lot of people's bodies are actually deficient on iodine. Promotes a healthy thyroid and healthy glands. I wish I could carry this PC downstairs without it unplugging, but it'll unplug. Because the tanks really look great. I mean, I haven't really done much to the saltwater tanks, but I got one all-new white piece of rock so that I could watch the coral line grow. And basically so I could watch things change. And that one piece of rock was 6 pounds, and it was like $22. It wasn't bad, though. I'd get more of that rock, too, if I was going to start out a tank from scratch. It's good rock. But I have to use the restroom, so I'll be back in a few moments, people. Yeah. Man, that was a big dumper. Tummy. Oh. I guarantee I know what happened though. This person that, you know, disagreed with me, I guarantee he was hanging out on a video game or a Discord or something with another friend, and then talking about me, and then a conversation came up about me having my own individual political agenda. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. And you know what's different from that? I'm not a fucking socialist. I don't believe in socialist ideals. I don't believe in Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is a freaking idiot. And what are those?
Right.
I'm not hungry yet, but thank you. I just emptied my stomach. See, I can be nice too. I ain't got to be a dickhead all the time. That was the proper way to handle that. Tell somebody you weren't hungry yet. Because I'm not. Bernie is as bad as Wall Street. He's actually just about worse. You know, every time he campaigns, he buys a new house and 3 new cars. And people aren't confused by this. That's what socialists do. That's what communism actually implies. That the rich people can buy whatever the fuck they want. But when it comes to the poor people, you're fucked. That's why I can't get behind somebody who says white people don't know what it's like to be poor in this country. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Or like Joe Biden. If you don't vote Joe Biden, you're not black. That's not racist, right? Or we could go back to the 1980s when he called somebody the N-word on a congressional seat. But, you know, people still want to vote based off of feelings, right? I guess so. Ain't me. Stupid. It's called pandering politics, by the way. Right? I have friends just like you of all colors that live in hotels. Some of them are even homeless. Actually, one of my closest friends is homeless. Literally. He don't act like that. He befriended me based off the sheer fact that I had enough courage and balls to wear a Chewbacca hat around a bunch of grown-ass men. Because that's just who I am. By the way, he's half what is he? He's half white and he's half Filipino. Or no, he's half white, part Filipino and part Japanese. Man, that was a mouthful. His name's Daniel. He's actually one of the closest friends I ever had inside a church. Because I taught him people don't judge people. Or, I mean, the Lord doesn't judge people. People judge people. That's what I taught him. But, you know, most people get it twisted and they go to church and they still judge people And takes me back to a verse I learned in Sunday school. Judge and ye shall be judged. Really. Judge and ye shall be judged. It's that easy. And I believe there's a few verses after that. If you judge, you get judged 70-fold, something like that. But making a discernment is different than making a judgment, just so you guys know. Just like, what is the word I'm looking for? A law and a mandate are two different things. A mandate is written in by a bunch of office officials. A law has to be written in by a judge. Unless it's a mandated law, then it has to be written in by office officials and a judge. So everybody going around telling me to wear a mask or acting like I'm a fucking idiot because I won't wear a mask, saying I'm part of the problem because I won't wear a mask. Maybe you're a part of the problem. You ever think about that? Maybe you're being a sheep. You ever think about that one? Maybe I'm just too busy being the black sheep that stands out of the crowd. Who knows? Who knows? But I know one thing. There's 3 different types of people in this world. Wolves, sheep, and sheepdogs. The wolves eat the sheep. The sheepdogs eat the wolves. See how the circle goes. And the sheep just sit back there and take it. Yeah. If you're so worried about everybody else wearing a mask, yours works, right? And why are you worried about if your mask works if I'm not wearing one? It works, right? Free will, free speech, shit's all covered under the Constitution of the United States of America, which dozens of other countries base their constitution of their country off of ours, including the Dominican, Puerto Rico, a couple others. That's why they're considered islands within the United States. Yeah, the right to learn right from wrong. The ability to learn, I should say, to learn right from wrong, good from bad, evil from just. It's like a lot of this stuff can be blamed on the destruction of the nuclear family. A lot of it. A lot of it can be blamed on kids growing up without mothers or kids growing up without fathers. A solid background, a solid precipice for, a good life. I think I said the other day, after this bottle's gone, I'm going to stop vaping for a while. Because coils are expensive, juice is expensive right now. I'd rather just save the money. I guarantee this video probably has 10 dislikes already because I spoke on things that people think I shouldn't speak on. just because of my skin color, which is asinine. I'm sorry, I can't be the silent majority no more. I can't be the guy that just sits back and stays silent. It doesn't work for me. It actually drives me fucking bonkers. I have to articulate out what I'm trying to get across, or people just don't understand me. I get it. I talk in circles sometimes, but you know what? So do you. So do a lot of you. Bad choices. I can tell you all about making bad choices. I made plenty of them in my day. But am I still making those bad choices? Am I still hanging out with those bad crowds? No. Oh, yeah, now they're trying to say he wasn't perfect. That's what they're trying to say. Damn communists. A couple years ago, before a certain person was president, they were saying Jesus was a hippie peace love activist. Now they're saying how much they hate him. You ever notice how much the narrative changes? Now they want to tear down his statues. Or now they want to claim he wasn't white with blue eyes. I've had so many different claims on Jesus Christ that it's not even funny. It's blasphemy is what it is. A lot of it. We don't know because we weren't there. Yeah, they never considered him Son of God or a Messiah or anything. It's because they were foolish. Just like the Nation of Islam never considered him much more than a prophet. But, if I wasn't a history buff or a history addict, I wouldn't know that. Little something a lot of people don't know. The Aramaic culture is probably one of the oldest Jewish cultures that predates a lot of Judaism. A lot of it. And sad to say, a lot of them were slaves. Oh, you don't hear about that in history books? Wonder why. No, if they thought of him like they did Moses, they would have not crucified him. Because Moses did some of the same bad things. Moses killed somebody, if you remember correctly. But they still idolized him. It's crazy. I go and look over at BitChute, and within 10 minutes, one of my videos over there that I've also posted over here has 30 views. 30 views compared to like 10. Tell me I'm not being censored. Because I already know I am. It's because I don't agree with the agenda, the narrative, the leftist narrative. I don't agree with it. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that both left and right need to find some common ground, but I don't think that will ever happen. I really don't. It's just the way of the world. It's not going to happen. Some things are just that way. It's like if you get snake bit, you have the probability of keeping your arm or you have the probability of losing your arm. 50-50. But people aren't open-minded. See, that's the problem. They judge based off of a difference, or somebody said something that they didn't agree with, so they judge that person based off of pretense of prejudging the person, which just so happens to be the word prejudice, before actually even knowing that person, before actually understanding that person. They make these judgments. Oh, he's got an agenda. Really, a lot of us don't even have an agenda. I'm looking out for you, me, and everybody else in this country. And just like I was talking with Mom last night, I want this country to get back to being known as a country and not just a place to be. And I want this country to get back to knowing people as people and not known by their ethnicity, their skin color. Just American. Not African American or Hispanic American or Latino American or white American or this American or that American. You get the point. It's stupid. It's also a form of prejudice against our own fucking race. Our own race. We're all the same race. So mind blown. People don't think like that anymore, though. They really don't. With that being said, I'm going to end this video. Hope you enjoyed this short but sweet content. It was only an hour long. It wasn't that short. It wasn't that sweet. But don't forget, with the faith of a mustard seed, you can move any mountain. Don't let molehills become mountains or obstacles in your way. And with all that being said, I hope all my brothers and sisters have a very, very blessed day. Yeah, I said all. Everybody. I didn't single anybody out there, I don't think. I gotta pee. Maybe I should pee and then end it. Nah, I just end it. Have a good one, guys, gals, fish pals. I want another fish tank in here, but I'm gonna be waiting a while because I ain't spending a couple grand. That's just asinine. Bye. One more minute. Just trying to have it in an hour and 25 minutes. Oh, I gotta pee so bad. When you're just trying to wait for the ticker to go up a little more. And it'll be done before I go piss. It's got a couple seconds, 20 seconds. So that little crate behind me, since it's still got the video up, the little styrofoam, that's what I use to move all my live rock, or vice versa when I buy new saltwater fish. Because a lot of the time they have finicky saltwater fish out here and they don't last. So I do that so they don't die. So the heat and the temperature is controlled. But yeah, have a good one, people. I just thought I'd share that.